She's back, y'all. Now I know y'all wondering, who's back? What are you talking about, Flex? Let me tell you, Lesbian Nana is back, y'all. She's back, and she's more unhinged than ever. If you guys don't know, a month or two ago, a police officer in the UK arrested a 16-year-old autistic child because she said the officer looks like her lesbian grandmother. The city of Leeds have kept the officer's name a secret, so the internet knows her as Lesbian Nana. So let's get to what you clicked on that thumbnail for. Alright, so boom. It all started last week when West Yorkshire police did a routine traffic stop. During the traffic stop, police found weapons and drugs in said car. The guy they pulled over is a very popular figure in the neighborhood, so people around the area was very concerned and came out to see what was going on. That's when police called for backup. Moments later, that's when, according to the father of the arrested man, Lesbian Nana without warning charges in Leroy Jenkins style and starts pepper spraying everyone and everything like a game of Jet Set Radio. Take a look at the clip.
What you doing, you little muppet? What are you doing, you? Have you seen what she just done to her, mate? Yeah. What's she doing here with Bot? What's she doing with Bot?
Yo, push boy! Push boy! Push boy! Yo, push boy! Push boy! Push boy! Push boy!
Who's been arrested?
You push boy!
Who?
Keep set up muppets, every one of you. That boy's just not done no wrong.
What are you doing?
This was between me and you. You've got a suit on, you muppet.
I've got Jonathan for nothing.
This is what happens when law enforcement lowers their recruitment standards. You get unstable nut jobs like her. It's like as if they took the psychological assessment part of the recruiting process and was like, don't need it. She's running in and indiscriminately deploying an offensive weapon, which pepper spray is classified as, hence being illegal for civilians to carry in the UK. If she can't handle autistic children and goes mental with a weapon when faced with very few people in broad daylight, she needs a different job. Like, there's no control, there appears to be no warning, and it all looks very panicked. Like, where's the risk assessment? Or where's the identification of the actual threat? Or where's the OODA loop? Like, none of this is being applied to what she was doing. She rushes way out from the line of her colleagues and isolates herself in a bunch of onlookers, luckily. If one or two of those big guys that she put behind her had tried it, like, it would have been a mess for everybody, yo. It would have been a whole bunch of paperwork. It would have been like, somebody would have got hurt. Like, somebody would have got hurt. Like, somebody would have been seriously injured or, in fact, killed. Like, oh my fucking God, bro.
It is crazy. We say to give a woman power is like to give a gun to a monkey. We have stopped doing that ever since the 1999 Astana Zoo massacre.
Between the Lesbian Nana incident back in August and this here, police needs to remove her from frontline duties until both investigations have been carried out to restore public confidence. Because I can assure you right now, nobody feels safe with her on the force. Nobody in the city feels safe with her running around spraying people like she works at the perfume section at Bloomingdale's. You can clearly tell that she played a little too much Mark Echo's Getting Up contents under pressure. When Yorkshire citizens and autistic children threaten Armageddon, only one non-binary police constable can stop them. Part Nana, part lesbian, all diversity hire. Lesbian Nana 2, coming to DVD. Pre-order now at Dollar General near you. Next, we have the most vile villain of all 2023, Jada Pinkett Smith, but known to the DC community as
Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind of our time.
So Jada released her tell-all memoir, Worthy. The full title of the book is called Worthy, How I...
Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind of our time.
Destroy Superman's public image by doing me. Never have I thought I would live in a world where real-life Superman would be defeated by real-life Lex Luthor. Instead of being his Lois Lane, she became his kryptonite. Every time she opens her mouth, it's like waves of highly radioactive kryptonite slowly killing Will Smith. And then you add her fucking book tour, then we got ourselves a complete fucking disaster. This woman seems unable to refrain from constantly discussing her connection with Tupac. It appears that every fucking interview she feels compelled to mention him and at the same time embarrass Will Smith. At this point, shouldn't we allow Tupac to rest in peace? Like, my nigga in Christ, it's been nearly 3 decades since he died. Like, let it go, he's not thinking about you.
Shut up, silly woman.
During Luthor's Kryptonite book tour, she claims that Tupac has alopecia and kept it a secret, saying, "I don't think Tupac ever talked about the alopecia he suffered from." Something that she says began for the late rapper around 1991. After he was in Northern California with the police officers that beat him up, he started to lose his hair, and his alopecia patterns were far more extreme than mine, she recalls. She claims that Tupac kept his details of alopecia a secret due to societal pressures at the time, saying that, "I don't think Pac ever talked about his alopecia, but he looked really good with a bald head," Smith notes. But that was during an era that he just wouldn't talk about it. If he kept it a secret, why the fuck are you bringing up a dead man's condition that no one knew about? Like, niggas can't take shit to the grave with them. This is also why men don't open up to women, because you have chicks like her that'll sit there and use men in her life like stepping stones to gain attention.
You bald-headed demon.
At this point, interviewing Jada is like journalistic malpractice. Watch during the next interview, Jada is going to say that Jaden and Willow are Tupac's spirit babies. She even came out and further embarrassed Will by saying that her and Pac were soulmates, even though they had no physical chemistry, and that he also proposed to her. Thank God for internet detectives like her to call out the cap.
Timeline to prove it, and I'm literally in the middle of moving, that's why I look raggedy, but I cannot handle these fucking lies anymore. Jada is currently on her Pay Attention to Me tour, and she is making all these wild claims, including that Tupac proposed to her while he was at Rikers. Really? The math isn't mathing, so let's take a look. Tupac was convicted of sexual assault charges on February 8th, 1995. From there, he was sent to Rikers Prison, only to be transferred less than a month later to Clinton Correctional Facility. And she specifically said she went to see him. This was not on the phone.
Book when I go to see him in Rikers, probably one of the more painful parts. Seeing him there, the condition that he was in, and having to leave him there.
Cool. So prior to going into Rikers, Tupac already had a girlfriend named Keisha. He proposed to Keisha, her words, in a September 2011 interview. He proposed to Keisha before he even went into prison. They were already engaged. They got married in April. And in the time that he got sentenced and was taken to prison, Keisha actually moved closer to be by him and be by the prison and saw him on a near daily basis.
When he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers.
So you're telling me that in the 3 to 4 week window that he was at Rikers, engaged to another woman who had moved closer to the prison and was there almost every day, Tupac proposed to Jada. But hey, Jess, you might be saying to yourself, Tupac wasn't known to be a one-woman man. He was no angel. Fair enough. Let's see where Jada was during February of 1995, which was, as we've already established, the only time she would have been able to see Tupac at Rikers since he was only there for less than a month. You see, Jada had already met Will Smith in 1994 on the set of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but Will Smith was married, and so nothing happened between them. But in February of 1995, Will Smith was served divorce papers by his wife. 5 days later, on February 19th, Will called Jada and said, "Are you single?" And she said, "Yep." Will said, "We're together now." Jada said, "Cool." And she immediately flew to LA. Jada, when in all that time did you visit Tupac at Rikers and get this fucking proposal? And for the record, Keisha and Tupac stayed married for about 10 months. They got their marriage annulled about 4 or 5 months after Tupac was released from prison. He was bailed out by Suge Knight. It wasn't long after that he met Kidada Jones. Kidada Jones is the daughter of legendary Quincy Jones. Kidada looks a little recognizable. You may know her sister, Rashida Jones, who played Karen on The Office. Kidada and Tupac were living together and engaged when Tupac was shot and killed. Kidada was the one that was there with him at the hospital the night he died. Kidada handed his bloody clothes, She was the one who told him, "We all love you," before he slipped into a coma and never woke up. Keisha spoke with Tupac several days before he died, because even though their marriage was annulled, they still remained good friends. And I can't help but notice that all of the women who are actually part of his life in a meaningful way are the ones that have just kept quiet. They've kept silent. They've kept their memories to themselves and not tried to use a dead man as their limelight. And the person who's squawking about him the most is making claims that can't even be verified and don't make sense from the perspective of a verifiable timeline.
I see why we love you.
He needed a rock. Because of our friendship and because of everything we had been through together, he just wanted to feel that solidified foundation.
Because so many people in that position don't have support.
Right.
None at all.
None. You know?
And he got the best.
He did get the best, but not from Jada, because per Will Smith's own words, that him and Jada were pretty much humping all over the world. They were traveling constantly from the first 3 months they were together, all over the world. So Tupac did get some great support, I imagine, from his wife, who moved closer to be with him and visited him every day.
Jada even said that after Tupac's death, Suge Knight gave her some of his ashes. I'm gonna need someone to get in contact with Suge Knight to confirm this. And she said that she used to push weight back in the day in Baltimore as the cherry on top of this ice cream sundae of cap. She went on to say, that's a whole nother Jada. A whole nother Jada would have chased somebody down the alley with a switchblade because they stole $700. Or the Jada that would sell crack cocaine and then get set up by 2 dudes to come in with 9mm. Oh my fucking God, are you fucking kidding me, man? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, I'm a semi-expert on crackheads. I know there are some crackheads from back in the day that are still around because crackheads are durable as fuck. I once saw a crackhead get hit by a car in the Bronx on 2 a.m. on a Sunday morning. That crackhead got up like, we crack those. And if you don't believe me, ask Judge Mathis. He's the lead expert on crackheads.
I said, yeah. I object, Your Honor.
You object to the rumor or you object to being the crackhead?
To being a crackhead.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't think you are now. You used to be, maybe?
Never. Never.
Maybe a little bit at a time?
Never. Never.
One rock?
Never.
Half?
Tried it one time.
Ah, I knew I had.
I tried it.
I knew I had something going on there. I can smell it. I can smell it. Anybody coming here having used crack, I can smell it. I smell a little crack in you. Might have been 30 years ago. The more I look at you, the more you smell like crack.
Game recognized Game, and she was looking kind of familiar. With that being said, if you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, Judge Greg Mathis and I will go to Jada's old neighborhood and ask the OG crackheads, was she really out here chasing niggas with a switchblade for stealing $700? And where does Smith come into all of this? The reason why I call him Smith is because he lost all his will. Let's see what he has to say about this.
Can you love somebody forever, no matter what? Oh boy was like, I saw you, man. I saw your face. You know, can you show up and love somebody for the rest of your life, even when you don't agree with them? And there ain't nobody on earth except you, mommy. You, mommy. My mommy. I almost messed up. You, mom. Nobody showed up for me more than you, mom. Jada's the best friend I have ever had on this planet. And I am going to show up for her and support her for the rest of my life.
Yo, no cap, his whole speech reminds me of that one DMX verse.
You be like, so, I love my baby mother, I never let her go.
It's sad knowing that every publicity stunt she started is designed to destroy her husband because she clearly has nothing going for her except airing out her dirty laundry. Fellas, if your lady is out here telling your business out for the world to hear, or likes to argue in public, my nigga in Christ, run. It's not worth it. I don't care if her
pussy is so good, if you threw it up in the air, it would turn into sunshine.
Ladies, you too. If your man is out here doing that same shit, fucking run. I don't care if he has the
longest dick in town.
What? You're lying. Okay guys, as I'm recording this, I just received word from my assistant Sherman, yes, I have an assistant now, that Jada collaborated with the Ghostbusters to bring Tupac from the afterlife for a one-time OnlyFans sex tape. You only get the exclusive scoops here in this channel, only on this channel. Get up here. Okay, that's enough dicking around for today. Let me know what you think about both situations in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Also, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that way you'll be notified when I drop the next video or the next stream. And that's pretty much it. This has been your boy, Mr. GamerFlex, top 5 dead or alive sweater guy. You know the vibes. And remember, the more you stay single, the more they fuck your future wife. Until next time.